part 4. I'll make this the last part. Talk about Brothers in Arms being a middle game experience to what SOCOM is and Battlefield. It's got maps a lot like SOCOM. They're small. You got your 3 routes to go, and then you got some destruction. So you can change the variables. It's a lot like Battlefield in that sense. They also got tanks, but the destruction is minimal. You can only take down sandbags and maybe some other small stuff, but nothing too big. They got an airstrike that can come in and take out small areas where players would be at, could set up. I never played it at the level that SOCOM 2 and 3 were played at. When you got into a clan and you got into a war and you were running tactics and running in squads, trying to accomplish things. That's what Brothers in Arms is set up to be like, but I never played it at that level. Just wasn't enough people playing it, and it lagged. So I'm going to talk about it because it's a interesting game. There's not another one that's like it, and it brought some new elements as far as map design, gameplay design goes. But I don't want to make it seem like it was all that, but it was worth noting. So on that note, talk about the squads. You could set out arrows for where to send your squad, and the squad would see the arrow on the map right there in front of them, and it would tell them where to go. And the squad leader could do that. The squad leader could call in the airstrike, squad leader call in the recon plane, and he could take the arrow away. He could put it there. He could move it. You could also see it from the map, from the overhead view. And when you do that, you really got a tool to send your players around. You could tell them where the flags were dropped at, where enemies could be. Like, there's a whole bunch of possibilities that you could do once you can put a waypoint down on the actual playing field that you're on. So that was one thing that it did that was really interesting. The other was, it was a first-person shooter, but you could dig in on cover on like a wall or sandbags, and when you do that, you could shoot third person. Like, you lean over and you could shoot a little bit sideways, but you're in third person, and you could zoom in when you lean over too. Something like Grand Theft Auto 4 did that. You get up against the wall and lean out and shoot. You couldn't blind fire though. But so it was a first-person shooter with a third-person twist on it. It had the squad play, so you could send them around. Had the airstrikes. Had the recon plane. You could call in recon plane, see where other people are on the map. Had tanks. Only the attacking team had the tank though, or was it the defending? There was only one team that had a tank, so it made it a tool you had to either use or overcome. And if you're in an area and you got no defense, no rocket launchers, then you're in trouble. Unless you could get right up on it and put a satchel on it, but there's really very little luck that you're going to do that a lot of the time. So I would have loved to have played it at the level SOCOM was played at, where everybody was running team, everybody was playing as a team. The RPGs that you could carry in the game, the rocket launchers, they sort of made it an impossible game to play in some respects because they were just so powerful. But you needed it to take down the sandbags and stuff. Like I'm saying, I don't want to play the game up too much, but it was an element. If you got into an area and you had a team and they were all hiding out, it wasn't just people standing around in a box. You had people that could get behind the sandbags and get up on balconies and behind wood up on the balcony and shoot down on you. So if you could take all that stuff away, then everybody's just standing around. So it was an interesting variation of multiplayer. And there hasn't been another game that really does that. Like Battlefield, you could take down walls and all that. But I mean, that's just a respawn, fast-moving game. So that doesn't really matter too much. But it does. So I'll show you some video of how the airstrikes occurred and stuff like that. Recon planes. So there are only about 6 maps and 1 mode of play. It was 2 flags, and you had to raise 1 flag. The attacking team, defending team. The attacking team had to raise 1 flag. In order to do that, you had to bring one of the flags down. It took like 30 seconds. Then you had to put your flag on the pole and raise it. It took another 30 seconds. So you could run, take down both flags. It would say the flags are coming down. And then you raise it and it would say the flag's going up. And if you didn't get there by the time it went all the way up, you lost. Or if you didn't eliminate everybody. Really cool mode. And you could drop the flag too, and you had 1 minute before someone had to pick it up, so you just sat there and camped the flag till somebody came to get it. Because they had to, or they lose if they don't pick it up. So it had live rounds. It wasn't a respawn game. It was like SOCOM, classic mode where you die, you wait till the next round. Also had a lot of design in it for lines of sight for snipers. Grenades would take out like the top sandbag on a stack of sandbags, and an RPG would take out like 80% of it. So it varied a little bit. And you could take out the sandbags and all the stuff people could hide behind in an area. You got an easier chance of getting your team in, because then you're pushing people back in the corners and stuff like that. A lot easier to trap them, choke point, roll on them with a tank or something like that. It's a very interesting game. So here's the video.
regroup. We'll get him next time.